I want to talk about the real reason why moms are impatient with their stubborn children. So oftentimes a mom will come to me and she's like, they're doing this and they're asking for a cookie, not once, but twice, but three times. They won't let it go. Stubborn children are great advocates for what they want. They're stellar at it. And this is one of their strengths. And I really want to share this because often, as a mom, it might not be our strength. Maybe we're actually not good at asking for what we want. And so sometimes our reaction or overreaction to our child can in part be because we're not actually doing it for ourselves. So sometimes there can be a part of us if it's like maybe we didn't get it as a child. Maybe we were told, that's too much. Stop it. You shouldn't have that. And we started to shut down. Well, that we can pass on to our kids. So in my Stubborn Child Solutions Facebook group, I had a great question from a member, and I just wanted to use hers as an example because I think that there's the real reason why we're often and stay impatient with our kids is because we're impatient with ourselves. We aren't loving ourselves up. And this sounds maybe airy-fairy, but I can give you all the best parenting tools out there. But if you don't nail this part in terms of real grace for yourself, for that inner child, many times inner children parts of ourselves that need healing, you can't do it for your child. And this is exactly what came up with Bonnie. So I want you to check in with yourself because if you are, yelling at your child, quit yelling, if you're constantly hearing yourself say, stop that, stop that, stop that, these are the things that are signals to us that something is often off kilter in ourselves. So this member, she said to me, I find myself yelling more often than not, but how do I deal with him or talk to him as I never was taught those things? My mom always put me down, yelled, made my self-esteem null and void. She was a very angry, frustrated parent, and I find myself acting the same way. And so she asked, do you have any suggestions or things I could try to talk positively to my 5-year-old? So I love this question. I'm so grateful for her. And by the way, if you're not yet a member of the Stubborn Child Solutions Facebook group, come on over. I would love to see you there and support you over there and have you be a part of that community. But why I love this question is because she kind of gave her own answer. And oftentimes we're too close to our situation to see it. That's why we have coaches and counselors like me out there. But here's the thing that I really want you to hear is that how we were parented, often what we'll attempt to do is either be completely the opposite of our parent or exactly like our parent, depending upon whether we like their parenting or not. Either way, it's a challenge. I had a paranoid schizophrenic mother. She did not, she would not win the Best Mother of the Year award many, many times. And so for so many years, I did everything I could to be the exact opposite of her. But you know what? My anxiety was so high because I was so pressured trying to always be good, trying to always be the people pleaser. And so what we're really looking for is how do we balance it? How do we come to that Goldilocks just right? So in order to do that, this is a time, if I gave you one piece to look at, if you can relate to this mother who, one of the questions I asked her through our messaging back and forth here was that, you know, our yelling, our put downs of our children, the things we say that aren't nice, those are the things that can become our child's inner critic in the future. And she said here, yes, she realized that she said, yes, my mom's yelling voice has become my inner critic. She says, I'm 100% committed to try and to change. I feel like I don't even want to play with my son and that he annoys me so much because he doesn't listen. I tell him to do something and he'll do it like 5 times over. And this is that vicious cycle. So if we were to take a step back, if this woman was to work with me one-on-one, one of the things I would first do is to have her look at, where is she also yelling at herself? Where are you not kind to yourself? Because here's the thing, it's might sound cliche, but we can't give anything that we don't have to our children. So if we don't have self love, self compassion, just grace, forgiveness for ourselves, and be a little kinder to us, we can't do it for our children. We can pretend and look like we're doing everything for them, but there'll be this like inner resentment, this inner anger that is always simmering under the surface, that is like a kettle that is constantly blowing off steam. And that's the part that's unhealthy. So I know it doesn't feel good, but here's the incredible opportunity. If you are an impatient mom and know it well, maybe you came from a family that were yellers, um, this is the opportunity here for real change. Like you have a choice. And what's exciting to me when someone comes to me and really wants to do the work is that you have the choice to be different, to actually change it for the next generations. Because if you change it with your son, with your daughter, with your family now, then they have a much more likelihood of not passing on that toxic pattern, that toxic angry child parent dance that you're doing. And I believe you deserve that. Your child certainly deserves it. And that's what I really want for you. So, in terms of advice, my advice is how can you start healing those parts of yourself that are desperate to be heard, that are desperate to say you matter, that are desperate to say you are worthy, even when you mess up, and that wants to be to be reassured that even if you've been a yelling mother before, that you don't need to take that guilt and keep it on this cycle where then you feel guilty. So you try to make it up to them, but then they, talk back or give you lip or say, I hate you. And so then you yell more and it becomes this cycle. When will you start yelling? When you find a new tool that works better for you. So, how does this sound? I would love to know further questions. One thing I'm going to leave you with, I worked with someone, a mom who was a real yeller. And one of the things that she did was realize that she was starting off the day yelling because she already was exhausted. And so she started to get up half an hour earlier than the kids to really start journaling and doing things for herself and loving herself up. So that's what I would ask each and every one of you listening right now. What is the one thing you can do today to appreciate yourself or love yourself up or give yourself, but to feel it, to really do something that's meaningful for you? It doesn't need to be a whole shopping spree. The smaller, the better. Maybe it's making yourself, a special tea and just really honoring and having it be special. I used to make myself tea in the morning and it's just like, oh yeah, tea. But now I cherish it more. It's the energy shift in me that makes all the difference. I want to hear from you. If you haven't yet joined my Stubborn Child Solutions Facebook group, come on over. Love to see you there. And I would love, love, love to thank you on behalf of your family for all you do day in, day out. I know oftentimes it can feel like a real marathon and you might not be getting the support you need. If you want some support, I'm here. I would love to support you any way I can. Have a great, great rest of your day. Take care now.